Hey, how's it going, guys? Brendan here,
I'm Liam. How's it going?
and this is Carlow Creative Club episode 1. Is it a podcast? Is it an interview?
We'll still find out.
I think we will.
We'll be doing an interview today with Kieran Joyce. He's a former graduate of our course TV Media at IT Carlow, and he'll be giving us just some tips and advice for the interview today.
And he's handsome. Let's check him out.
Kieran, tell us who you are.
Well, thanks for that amazing intro there.
I tried.
I'm Kieran. I graduated from Carlow last year in May. And at the moment, I'm working in TV. I'm a junior assistant editor at a production company up in Dublin. And yeah, I've just been working away for the last few months. On the side, I kind of make my own stuff, like I like music, like writing films, that kind of stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much it at the moment.
Kieran, what was the process like for you after graduation when you were looking for your first job in the TV film industry?
The first few months after I graduated I kind of took it off in a sense because I was like, I'd just done 4 years of college, a year in COVID. I was like, I want to just take a break, not focus on that kind of like grind mindset.
Mm-hmm.
But and like I think as well, it was just adjusting because like when you're in college, like it's this kind of fixed kind of schedule. Like you're always going to class, you always have something to do. But when you graduate, it's like it's totally open. Like there's so many options, but at the same time, there's kind of nothing as well. So I think once I got used to that, it was a process of literally trying to network with as many people as you can, like go on to Facebook groups, like people and just kind of messaging just to get any kind of work, whether it's like a day on some student film or, a couple of days on some ad or something like that. So that's what I was doing the few months, let's say August, I think. That's when I kind of started doing that. I did a couple of days on like short films and things like that. Like it was grand, but it wasn't like enough work to actually, pay for me. Like it was like most of it was unpaid.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the main thing for doing it was like contacts, like networking with people, because like even now, like even though I'm working, like I've gotten texts from people saying, "Oh yeah, we have a job going," and like these people that I would have worked with like 6 months ago on some unpaid project. So even that is handy. Even if you're not getting paid, it's handy to even just do the work to meet people.
That brings up a few good points, actually, because when you work really hard to acquire a skill, you want that skill to translate into you getting paid work in the industry. What do you have to say to the people that potentially have to keep putting in those free days on sets and maybe they're in a role that they're not totally comfortable with yet?
Yeah, definitely. Like, kind of as I was saying, it's like it's more so networking. It's getting to meet as many people as you can. Like literally any kind of projects. Like what, like if you're into like camera or whatever, like and you find gig for like a runner or a production assistant, like take that gig because you never know, you might meet someone who needs you for a camera assistant on the next job or something like that. Like a lot of work that I did right after, like when I started looking for work, was mainly like runner stuff and like camera assistant. Like I wouldn't be a camera person, like I'd be more like editing, directing, but like at the same time it was work. Like some of it was paid and some of it was even then meeting people who could then get me jobs in a different field. So even if it's not the field you want to go down, like it might be a good time to just, I guess, experiment in different fields. Like and especially if it's, if it's a paid a bit, like if they're paying your travel or something, like that's a lot starting out. Because like it could be 50, 60 euro if you're doing a free gig and you're traveling somewhere. So
Kieran, what would you say is more valuable to getting a job in the film industry? Would you believe it's your final year college grades, or would you say it's the contacts you've acquired?
oh yeah, like grades don't mean anything once you leave college. Like
Can you say
in
that again?
sense,
Can you say that again?
grades mean nothing.
I'm wrong, but you did get first class honors, didn't you? Yeah.
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 Like obviously it's I guess it's easy for me to say that with an honors, but like I don't want to say it and like I guess discourage people from trying to do well in college, because like doing well in college is important and it's good to develop your skills and I guess try and like learn to do what you want to do. But as long as you feel that you're developing and you're making like, contacts, and the grades don't matter, because like it's more how you feel it in yourself. Like it for other careers, like getting a degree is like a stamp of saying, oh, this person can definitely do this job. But in media, it's like that's not even a guarantee. Like even if someone has a 1-1 in, I don't know, camera assistant or something like that, that's not a guarantee that they can do that. It's the experience that's the guarantee and the contacts to back that up.
Getting a word of mouth from somebody that's already established to say, hey, Kieran was great doing camera for us this day. We should give him a chance and bring him on set. And a good day of working on a set does have a very similar value to, say, getting a good grade or getting that degree. Obviously, getting the degree is what gets your foot in the door. It's great for your resume. It's great for LinkedIn and all of those things. But the actual connections and working on sets is something that I know that Liam, and I know that other people in Carlow Creative Club are looking to do. Though not everyone in the club is doing media, I think any entrepreneurial mind or anybody who's trying to start their own brand and business will get value from that.
Well said.
Thank you. So that brings me to my next question. Before we can get to our set or our business meeting or our arena that we're going to pitch our work or do our work, we have to use the technology that's at our fingertips, social media. What advice do you have, Kieran, for the creative, for the entrepreneur, for that person who has some great work and they're just a little scared to post it on social media? Speak on that for a second.
I think, like, from my experience, the main thing was I didn't want to post stuff until it was like as good as it could possibly be. Like it was like
Mm-hmm.
to the standard of what else I was seeing online, and like that's a very kind of self-limiting idea because it's never going to be as good as other people's work because it's not their work. Like it's your stuff. Like, and especially starting out, like you can always delete posts afterwards, like a year afterwards, if you don't want people to see it.
Say
like,
that again.
like tons of my stuff that I would have uploaded like years ago, like it's not available anymore. But because like I'm getting better, I'm seeing that that stuff like you can always take it out and you can always change. Like, but just like it's you'd be way better off starting off posting now than waiting a couple of years and regretting and thinking, oh, like if I had posted 2 years ago, I could have 100 followers or like 500 followers, that kind of thing. Like it's always, you can always put it off till you have something better, but that better thing never really comes around because it's an idea in your mind to kind of stop you from doing that, as opposed to being an actual thing you can achieve.
It's a defense mechanism for the fear we have of being judged.
Yeah, because like you're feeling insecure about your work, so you're thinking, oh, if it's better, then it'll be okay, but it's never going to get to that kind of.
And I deal with that too. I feel insecure about myself and my work sometimes, but when I get into a mood where I'm feeling confident, I go, I'm going to post all my stuff today, just to get it out there, just to get some feedback and to potentially connect with someone who's a viewer or a reader, or kind of connect with that person who could be, a future coworker on a collaborative project. So I think you also touched on, getting that first 100 followers. And when we're young, we think we need followers for self-esteem and confidence purposes. But now it's just trying to build your brand because, like when people see Kieran Joyce next to a film or a music video or a song, they associate it with you, exactly like who you are and the work you've done. So I think people getting comfortable, like being their own brand is like a really important thing. And I think people like you are great at that because you went from the college route to the production, you're working with a production company and then you got your own projects on the side. I feel like, you're a really good example for people who are trying to help right now in that avenue. So, I appreciate you putting that out there and doing this with us,
And Kieran, tell us, how did you get your job with Loose Horse Productions and how are you finding the work so far?
I got my job through this agency called the Production People. So basically you like send your CV and stuff to them, and because they're like a medium between people who don't know anyone in the industry and then the actual people in the industry. So like I think it was Loose Horse, the company I'm with now, they would have asked them, look, do you know any junior editors that we can hire for 2 weeks or something like that?
Yeah.
And then they came to me and like, look, there's this job going, do you want it? And then like, yeah, straight away. Like,
Kieran, if you were to go back in time and talk to your younger self, let's say you have 30 seconds to give some motivational tips or a little bit of encouragement to yourself on your first day of college, what would you say?
I think it's kind of simple, but like it's all going to work out. I think so many people are worried about like where they're going to be and what their status is going to be and how they're going to be remembered and all this really like big shit that's in their head, especially at that young age. Like for me, that was massive in my head. I was like, oh, how am I going to be this big famous person? But like at the end of the day, like it's just about enjoying what you do, like day in, day out. Like if you don't enjoy that, then there's no point in doing anything really, because like what's the point if you're not enjoying what you're doing? Then like if you're trying to do it for some big higher purpose, like no one cares. Like
Yeah,
just enjoy what you do. Simple as,
that's beautiful, man. That's
you
beautiful.
know.
Great response.
I say we leave it at that, man. On behalf of Carlow Creative Club, thank you, my brother. I really appreciate you doing this, man.
Mhm.
No, awesome, man. Happy to.
Mhm.
Cool. We'll talk to you again soon, man.
Yeah, definitely. Cool.
All right. Take care, brother.
Take care.
All right. Peace.